Homelessness in Minnesota. Today, over 500,000 people are homeless in the United States. With homelessness being such an extensive issue that's been around for years, many people are seeming to become more desensitized to it. This desensitization has led to prejudice that has limited many homeless people from advancing in society. In Minnesota, there are about 10,000 individuals and families that are experiencing homelessness. Of all the people experiencing homelessness in Minnesota, 51% of them are considered youth. A report done by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development showed that the number of chronically ill homeless has more than doubled in 2017. According to the Star Tribune, homelessness in Minnesota has increased 4.5% in 2017 alone. For further insight on the homeless, I have interviewed Jennifer Swick from the homeless shelter People Serving People in Minneapolis.
My name is Jennifer Swick, and I'm the Community Engagement Manager here at People Serving People. I have been in my role working here for about 9 years, and I've had a few different positions. I got into this field because, like many people who work here, we just want to be in social service, helping people out, working for a nonprofit that's really caring about people. Many different things can lead families to experience homelessness. It can be as simple as a car breaking down. And if a family is working, but they are earning minimum wage, or maybe they just don't have enough employment, then it's really hard to save money. Really you could say general poverty is the cause of, one of the biggest causes of homelessness, because if you can't save money, then you're vulnerable to somebody getting sick and missing some work and not having enough money for rent, or losing your job because you don't have the kind of job where you have good benefits. Or if there's a couple that's been living together and together they can make it, but they are not good. It's not a good situation. They're not good for each other, and they're maybe starting to treat each other poorly. They can break up, but oftentimes that can decimate a family's finances. And so sometimes that's all it takes for a family then to experience homelessness. So families come that are sent by the county. Immediately they get room and board, and then which the county pays People Serving People for out of real estate taxes. And then we raise a bunch of money to do all kinds of other things. So last year we raised $1.8 million to provide, every family has a caseworker that's teams up with them while they're here, kind of their host or hostess for them throughout their stay. Just a point person they can ask questions to and get help with applications and phone calls and all that stuff. We also have some really great education services here. We've got on-site early childhood education for infants through preschool, and we have evening activities and education opportunities for grade school kids. And then we have employment services too. That'd be the other one I'd want to highlight, that guests can get one-on-one help with all aspects of employment while they're here: resume writing, job searches, even interview clothes. So that's just a glimpse of some of the services that we offer here. One of the bigger obstacles is how absolutely stressful it is to be a family and to experience homelessness. Nobody becomes a parent and thinks about being in a really tough situation like this. It's very stressful. So you see statistics about how there are people, a high level of mental health challenges for people who are experiencing homelessness, and you can think, oh, okay, so people with mental health challenges are more likely to experience homelessness. That kind of makes sense. Since I've worked here, I've really seen that kind of turned around. In reality, people experiencing homelessness are much more likely to suffer from debilitating anxiety and depression. homelessness fosters mental health challenges. You could pluck someone out of a wealthy or middle class situation and give their family homelessness, give them uncertainty about where they're going to spend the night, how they're going to eat, how they're going to get to school, and what they're going to do for work, and you'll see mental health issues that that were not present before. Mm-hmm. So one of the biggest, I would say, relaxing into security and feeling just kind of having some clear thinking, that can be a challenge. But the biggest ones are systemic. The biggest ones are lack of affordable housing, because you can have people working their butt off, and if they can't afford an apartment, then it's kind of, they maybe they scrape it by month to month, but then it's a setup for them to have something happen where, again, they're losing their housing. There are so many different ways to volunteer. Even if you just think about just our shelter, and we're certainly not the only organization, but if you jump on our website, that would be the best way to get, if you really want to kind of dive in, find an organization that's doing what you're particularly impressed with or fond of, resonate with, and get on their website and look at the volunteer opportunities. We have a zillion of them here. You can work with the kids in one of our early childhood centers. You can help serve meals. You can help behind the front desk, passing things out to guests. You can help in our after-school tutoring program. So many different ways to help. It's all outlined on our website. So I would say learn more. If you have an itch to dive in, and then when it comes to voting, as you guys are getting closer to that reality, when you're voting, think about the systems that perpetuate homelessness, or really keep people from being able to be self-sufficient. Well, maybe I'll just say that in my work with people experiencing homelessness, my own stereotypes about who people are who are in this situation have been completely dismantled by working here. What I've really learned is that people are people, and we all really want the same things. Every parent wants the best for their child, for the most part, and is really working toward that. I see just so much common ground. It's made me really confident and comfortable to talk to most anybody, because of the grounding I feel like I have, and knowing that we're all people just trying to do the best we can.